My name is Enderman, and this is all the mods 10. Right, so last time we got this crazy factory built, and I'm happy to report that everything is still flying in. But as you can see, I still haven't done anything with the interior. And that's because I've been concentrating on out here a little bit. So I've been texturing this up a little bit, adding in loads of the smooth stone, and I just like this look quite a lot, because if you don't do this, it looks like this, which is really boring. I need to get this one fixed. But down here, it's looking a lot better. We still have a lot to do, but we're getting there. The other thing you'll notice here, I've also swapped out the mineral trees for acacia, and that is directly related to what we're doing today, but I'll get to that in a minute. So the other thing I've done, I've added in growth accelerators around here, and I've also replaced everything we had over here, which I didn't really need, because I think I've missed one there, but we had the flax and a few other things, so I've ripped all out and I've just put inferium in. Because my original plan for today was to get into mystical agriculture and address my netherite issues, I was going to get the netherite seeds going and get those growing, but I have had a better idea. There's another way I want to get netherite. I'm not avoiding mystical agriculture, but that is something for another day. So I just wanted to test this out as well, and it's going alright. I've got a few of these down here. I've got an energy acceptor there, and I've got a flux point on the bottom of that, so that's just taking the power from the top of the start house, and it's easy keeping up. And I've also upgraded this farmland into the inferium farmland, just so these 5 here grow a little bit faster, and I've been getting a little bit out of that. Obviously, this setup needs upgrading quite a lot, but it's good enough for now, especially as I'm not doing it yet. What I've decided to do is build a Enderman farm in the end, just like I did in all mods 9 to the skies, and that is how we're going to get the netherite. The problem is though, I need to go through this and upgrade to the next level. So if I do it on this one, it should work alright, which we're on at the minute, but I would like to get up to this last one, and it should be fairly easy. I just need to get the epic armor. I've already killed the ender dragon, so that's nice and easy, I can do that. And speaking of epic armor, I'll just show you something that I got last time. So I've been going through all of my apotheosis stuff and picking out the epic stuff so I can grind this down and upgrade my current armor. But because we're on the higher levels now, some really crazy mobs are spawning, and there was an epic one spawned, and it was an Enderman, and it had this sword, and it killed me about 4 times with this thing. It's absolute madness. This tells me that we're going to get some good stuff if we build an Enderman farm in the end, so I'm definitely going to do that. To get that done, there is another step, and I want to get into industrial foregoing first, and that is what we're going to be concentrating on today, because I want to actually use the mob crusher to kill the Enderman, just because this can do it over a wide area rather than funneling them somewhere and killing them in just like a small area. This is the goal for today, to get some of these. I'm probably not going to do a farm today because this is going to take me a while, and I do have a few other things I want to do as well. I definitely want to upgrade to this if we can get some netherite. And speaking of which, between episodes I did go do a little bit of mining, and that's why I've got this on me, pocket storage unit. This, if you ever use a dank null, it's a bit like that. I'm at the tier 3 of this one, so if we just have a look at this, let's go down through the levels. So the tier 1, nice and simple. Tier 2, a little bit more expensive. And then the tier 3 is the one I've got now, that's just diamonds. But to go into tier 4, we need nether stars, and I've only got one of those after the successful wither killing last time. So I've just stayed with the tier 3. This can hold over 65,000 items of 32 different items. So I can hold an absolute ton of stuff in this, so when I'm mining in the nether for the ancient debris, the nether brick and the blackstone just piles up in here, and I don't have to worry about clearing my inventory out. So with the ancient debris, I did get quite a lot, almost 2 stacks, not bad. So I can get this processed just like we did last time. So I'm going to put this into a crusher, get 3 for each of those, and then I can put that into the enriching factory, and that'll turn it into netherite scraps. So I'm going to leave some of them as scraps. I need to use some of these in the crafting in industrial foregoing, so I'm not going to turn all of this into netherite, so I'll just stick that in there, and then I'll keep this just in case I accidentally craft it all. So you'll notice I've done a little bit of work in here as well. This is becoming like my main tinkering room at the minute, so all of the apotheosis stuff that I had over there I've got over here now, and we'll be upgrading this. So I've been running my mob farm quite a lot as well, and I haven't taken the gems out of here, but most of these are epic, which is really good. So once we get into the next level, we should start getting some of the mythic ones as well, and you never know, we might even get some perfect ones. For now, we can take these, and I can probably put these in here and do a few upgrades. But I think for now, this is good enough. Apart from Enderman, I haven't had too much trouble. Oh, just as I went to sleep then, another epic mob has spawned. Let's see if we can find it, because they usually have good gear. There we go. Hopefully this won't be an on-camera death. What are you? Because they usually have really crazy gear and I take a lot of damage. You'll notice as well, I have gone up to the next level of hearts. I was just on the yellow last time, and now we're into the green, and that's because I've replaced some of the gems that I've got in my armor with some of the higher tier ones. So that means I've got a bit more max health. And you die. Right, did you get anything good? No. So I've got the sigil of malice, that's a good thing. But I keep getting these frozen bones instead of decent gear at the minute. Never mind. So yeah, I upgraded these. So I've got the +6 max health in there now, but I also used another one for +25% max health. So that made quite a big difference. And I've got the +6 in there. And then what else we've got? Oh yeah, +5% to all stats as well. So yeah, it's going well. But right now, I think we need to get some stuff together, don't we? And then we can get down into the basement, which is going to be down here. I think I'm going to put the industrial foregoing stuff down here somewhere. So I think it's going to be in one of these rooms. This was originally just going to be A2 down here, but I don't think I'm going to need that much of it, am I? So we can commandeer one of these rooms and we can use this for the industrial foregoing stuff. So I'll grab some stuff and then we can get this started. Actually, though, I don't think I really need to grab anything, do I? So I can use this room and I've already got a terminal in here, so that's nice. Right, so I've just got some acacia logs, and if we just have a look at this, that farm hasn't been running that long, the one I replaced the mineral with, and I've already got 1500, so not bad. And we are going to get through quite a few of these. And I didn't explain why I'm using acacia. So if we just have a look at the, where is it? Fluid extractor. If we look at the uses of this, this will extract latex from most logs. But if you look at it, it's normally 2 or 3 millibuckets. There's 1 in that case. But the acacia is 4. And I think that is the only one. Oh, mangrove as well, but that's very annoying to get. So acacia, mangrove, the best 2. Acacia, definitely easy to get, so that's why we're using acacia. So we might as well craft these fluid extractors now. Now, these don't need to be powered, but they do work a lot better when they are. So I'm going to have to get some recipes set up as well. But tell you what, let's just craft a load of these, because they're going to get used. So I'll stick those in there. I've just done the pressure plates, so let's grab a few of these. Now, I'm not sure how many I'm going to do. I do want 2 setups. How I normally do it is I have 1 setup for the plastic and then 1 setup for like a supply of latex that we can use in the dissolution chamber. So let's grab... Oh, you know, I'm doing patterns. I can't bother with this. Right, so let's get 1 for you. We've already got the pistons. We can do these, but we've already got them anyway. So now I am running out of space as well. I am going to need to get this upgraded, but I am going to be doing the assembly matrix at some point. I've got things to do. I'll get there. Right, so now, if we do a few of these, let's go for 20. Is that overkill? I think it is. Let's do it anyway. So I'll give us 24 of these things now. And then I also want a latex processing unit. So this is all pretty much vanilla stuff as well, so let's grab that. Anything else in industrial foregoing? No, you need to do the plastic first, because pretty much everything else uses plastic. So yeah, all these that I want to craft all use plastic. So we'll get this going. Right, so how are we going to do this? Right, I'm going to have block places in the floor. That's how I normally do it. But I need plastic for these as well. So should we just stick these down? I want to leave space for power. I could do power behind here, but then I've got this. Does this actually go anywhere? Could actually get rid of this, couldn't I? Let's do that. So if we just put some of these down, what you need to do is face these the way that you want them to work. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to have power? Yeah, we could have power running down here. Well, then that'll power both the block places and these things. So let's dig all this out. The block places will go there. And we need to get some power cables as well. So let's just put some logs on there. Might as well just do it all the way along for now. And if we just take the fluid extractors, I don't even know how many I've placed there. Right, so that's 15. That's alright. So I'll probably remove the middle one and then we can have like pipes going into the different things. So you can see there, that says that it's actually doing it. So we just need to get some power underneath. Let's find a way of doing that. Right, so we'll have the block places going there. They're going to face up into that. And then we can run a power cable basically where my head is here going that way. So do I have any? Right, I don't know if these things will work on here, but let's give it a go. I'm also going to need a flux point as well. Do these connect to these? I don't know if they do. No, I don't. Oh, does it? Let's just try that. Right, that's not getting any power from there, is it? Right, so we're not going to use these ones. Let's get the mechanism universal cables. Oh, we can do better than that. Definitely overkill, but let's go for the top one. Right, that should do it. Okay, so if we just run these all the way along here, then we're not going to see this, so we can just put a flux point on there. Now these should all be powered, yeah. All proud now, and we can upgrade these as well, but we need to get the dissolution chamber first, which we need the plastic for, and we also need the plastic to use in it as well. So I'll start doing that. So I think what I'm going to do is take out the middle one, and then if we've got a latex processing unit, didn't we? Put that there, and she'll get some pipes. Set that to extract. Right, and that's got... Actually, it's going to be a bit tight, isn't it? I need water in there as well. Can I get a sink in there? Now, if I put that there, can I set that to pull? Back, pull. There we go, that works, nice. So it'd probably be faster if I did it with a pipe, but that's alright. Now if we connect all these up as well, we should start getting some plastic fairly soon. Right, okay. So with the other ones, I'm just going to connect those up into a tank. Don't know where I'm going to put it, but then I can just connect a storage bus onto the back of it, and then we'll have a pretty much infinite supply of latex. This is not the prettiest set though, is it? Right, but as you can see, we already have our first lot of plastic. So I could take this out and smelt it somewhere else, but I might as well just have something down here. So we do have the furnace from Industrial Foregoing. What's it called? Redstone furnace? No, it's not redstone furnace. Resourceful furnace, that's the one. This one here, but we need plastic for that. So should we just do the, what's it called? Energized smelter from Mechanism. Yeah, I can do that, can't we? Right, so I'll take that. Oh, I'm going to need a way of, I feel like I should have put this in the floor just to make it a bit, I think that's how I've done it before actually. I normally do this in the floor. And I can hide the cables. Right, let me have a think. I'll move this around a little bit, and then we can get on with the next bit. Okay, so a short time later, and I've moved that down, built the wall up a little bit. I do have this cable going along here that I can't move because this wall here, the other side of that is the water wheels for my create power, so I may need to replace those with a steam engine, and then I can move this properly, but for now, doesn't matter. So this setup is basically the final thing. So I've just moved everything down into the floor, got everything there, got the logs back in, fluid extractors looking at those. These 7 go into the latex processing unit, and then we've got the water at the back, and I've put a pipe in this time with an advanced pipe upgrading, so that will never run out of water. Even when I get these fully upgraded, that's never going to be a problem. And then once the plastic is produced in there, it gets piped out the front into this energized smelter, which I've upgraded with speed and energy. And once those are smelted, they go into the drawer below, so we now have 19 plastic. Nice. And then on the other side, same thing, we just have these extracted this way and into this ultimate fluid tank. And these do hold quite a bit, I believe. These are from Mechanism as well. Yeah, 256 buckets. So if we get that filled up, I don't think we really need to hold any more than that. So now the last bit, we just need to get it connected up to AE2, and then we can actually start using it in some other ways. So I'm just going to put storage buses, one on the oak drawer, and then one on the side of this. Connect firstly that one, and then this one. Should probably lock that drawer as well, but let's just check this is alright. So firstly, can we see the latex? Yes we can, so 26 buckets there. And if we look for the plastic, that's there, right. Okay, so that's gone well. Next thing we need to do is get the dissolution chamber going, so we can do the add-ons and some of the other stuff. So can we do this dissolution chamber yet? Right, so a bit more expensive because we need the diamond gear for this. And then if we just take one of those, this is a very powerful machine and is something that's going to be very essential as well. I think what I'm going to do with this though is set this up in the next room, possibly, because this is where I've got all my pattern providers, and I think I want to keep all of these in the same place just so I can troubleshoot if I need to. So I need to get another pattern provider, but what I'm going to do is steal this one because I want to upgrade this one into the extended one, because as you can see this is already full. So let's do that. Can we do the extended pattern provider? Yeah, and that's going to use this machine here. So that looks like it's already done. So let's grab that. And I'm going to need to put some stuff away because those patterns are all going to spill out now. Grab all those. Get rid of that. Put the extended one there. And now we have much more space for these. So let's stick all those in there. Don't want to use too many channels on this. I'm not sure how many I'm using. So we're using 4 on this cable. So yeah, that's right, isn't it? Let's just put that there. And then we can put the dissolution chamber on top. Now, the way I normally like to do this is just send in the items itself, but then also pipe in the fluid separately. So I usually have a separate dissolution chamber for each of the different fluids. So just have a look what I'm talking about. With the dissolution chamber, we can use this for doing the alloys from aluminium, but we're way off that yet. But then we can also use them for the lenses, which are very handy. But the thing we want initially is these things, the machine frames. So there's 4 levels of these, I think. Yeah, so the one that we've crafted loads of, we've got that. We can turn that with latex into the simple machine frame. And then the simple machine frame we can turn into the advanced one, but for that we need pink slime, so that's another step. And then the advanced machine frame turns into the supreme machine frame, and for that you need ether gas, which you get from a trapped wither. So it does escalate pretty quickly, but let's start with this one. Because the simple machine frame we are going to need for the laser drills, but I don't know if I'm going to do that today, because this is like an auto mining thing, and I don't really have a way of auto processing stuff at the minute. So I should probably do that first before I get into that. But yeah, so I think we're just going to skip straight ahead to the advanced machine frame. Oh no, but I'm going to need the... Is it mob slaughter factory? Oh no, that's the basic one. Okay. The mob crusher is the advanced machine frame, and this is the thing that we need for next time. We should probably get the mob slaughter factory going. So let's, I don't know why I do this. I set these up here to remind myself, but then I still search for it and do it this side. Anyway, let's grab a few of those, and we'll grab ourselves a mob slaughter factory. And we'll go set that up in a minute, because I think I'm going to use this in the mob farm. But firstly, let's get this thing set up. So with this, we need to run power to it. But I believe if you put an induction card in here, that should power it as well. So let's see if we can do this. Ooh, that's a bit different. I thought it was just like a redstone torch or something. Alright, no, it looks doable. We can do this. And, oh, energy processor. I haven't done those yet. What is a printed energy circuit? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to be running power to this. So I'll grab another flux point. And some more universal cables. Now I've already got those. So, oh no, I need to run the... You know what? We are going down a little bit of a rabbit hole here, but I think I do need to do that, unless I just put the flux point on top for now. Yeah, let's do the flux point on top, and then we can get into the induction card later. So let's just stick that there. This is not ideal, I know. Right, so that's got power. We need to pipe the fluid into the back, so I'm going to need an export bus on the back of there. So let's get the standard export bus. And then we also need some latex as well, just set the filter. So I am going to run out of channel soon. I know I need to sort that in a minute. But let's do that. And in there, we just need to right click that, and that'll export latex into there. Let's get some fluid cables. If we just do that like that, that should start filling up latex. We can put some acceleration cards in the exporter to do that faster. But yeah, actually, yeah, let's do that because that's really slow. Let's go with one. That's all I've got. Yeah, that's going a lot faster now. Nice. I suppose it does take a minute to warm up as well, doesn't it? But the way the devices on A2 work is they like power down and go into like an eco mode when they're not being used. But then once they start being used, they kick in and go a little bit faster. But the acceleration card will help anyway. Right, so I think that's pretty much all we need for that. We just need to set up the pattern for the things that we want to craft in there and stick them in here, and we should be good. So let's go do that. Right, so firstly, let's do a simple machine frame. Definitely want one of these. And because I've already got the latex piping in, it knows that the latex is part of the recipe, but I need to take that out because I'm already going to have it in there. So if we just click that and go into our pattern terminal, if we look in the dissolution chamber, put that in there, we should now be able to automatically do the simple machine frames. So let's request one of these. Now I haven't put any upgrades in there yet, so we should be able to catch this still doing it. Yeah, so that is going really slow. So we'll get some add-ons in there, and we craft those in here as well. We'll get all those patterns set up, and now to start, right, so I need to output that to the bottom, so put that to push. That'll go back in, and that'll complete the recipe. So yeah, nothing waiting there, so I can do a few of these. But first, let's have a look at the add-ons. So these are all the things that we can put into the machines. And the range ones are normally for things that are like farming mobs. And we're going to use those in the mob crusher. And they're all pretty much the same. It's redstone, glass panes, and then another item. So the top one is emerald, and they start off really cheap and they work their way up to emerald. But even emerald, not that expensive. But the ones we want for now are the speed, efficiency, and processing. So there are a few patterns that we're going to need to do. We can do the main one that goes in the dissolution chamber, but then we may need some for all the subcrafts as well. So like diamond gear, crafting table, furnace. Oh, we need to... Oh, I didn't realise that. It used to be just 2 diamond gears, but we need to do the first level first. So we need to set up a pattern for this one as well. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit of work. Right, let's just do the main ones together, and then I can do all the subcrafts separately. In here, let's go for the processing add-on. So we need tier 1 first. Of that. And then we'll have... Oh, that's efficiency, isn't it? What did I do there? Oh, it's done efficiency. Okay, so we'll have efficiency tier 2. Oh no, see, I'm not listening, am I? Right, so I need to take the latex out of all these as well. Apply in there, you go. Right, so those don't have the latex in now. Oh, there's higher tiers as well. I didn't realise this. This must be an add-on thing. Ooh, they look expensive. Right, we'll get to that. We'll just go with tier 2 for now. So we have efficiency. Need to do processing. So let's grab that. Latex out. Tier 2, latex out. And then finally, we just need the speed ones. So I'm assuming we need to do tier 1s for this as well. And then tier 2. Right, so I think that is what we need for now. So if we just put all these into the dissolution chamber, I'm probably going to need an extended pattern provider as well. Right, so we just need one of each of the tier 2 ones to go into the dissolution chamber. So let's just try requesting these and see what happens. Right, so we need to do one for the diamond gear as well. And do we have any space for crafting? There we go. So let's get efficiency. No, you know how to do that. What have I done there? Right, it might be it just doesn't like that diamond for some reason, so stick that back in there. Right, so let's grab these ones. Right, so I've just put this back in the encoding terminal again. I've replaced the damn gear that was in there because it was a industrial foregoing one, and I've put the one in from all the ores. So now that should work. So this is the efficiency one. I haven't done the others yet. So let's put that in there. Now if we request an efficiency one, that should work. Yeah, so that'll work now. And if I didn't have any, it would also craft them as well. So let's grab that. That's going to take a while because I haven't got the upgrades in, because that's what I'm doing now. And that was efficiency, wasn't it? So let's take the speed and the processing and do the same thing in there. I'll show you what I did. So do that. And you can see that's a different gear, even though it is the same thing. One of those in there. And then if we do the same thing for that, put one of those in there. Those two should now work. So put that in there, that in there. Right, so we have our efficiency one, and then we just need to do the same thing. So one of those. Oh, I need gold gears as well. That's going to be the same problem as well, isn't it? Or is it? So we just craft up a few of these, see if that does the same thing. So we'll go speed. Right, so it doesn't mind that one. It was just the diamond one that it didn't like. Is that still going? That's not right. That's the wrong part on that. Right. Stop that. Okay, so let's try that again. So efficiency. Now I haven't got glass panes, right? Okay. I will put pans in for these as well. Let's just grab a little bit. Right, you go. You can do that, right? Yeah, that looks right now. No, that's not right either, is it? Why has it done that? How did you get in here? Oh, hang on. Do I need to set this? Right, so I've set this to blocking mode. I think that's the thing that I needed to do. Right, so let's try that again. Because I think it was getting confused between the two recipes, because it was having to do the gold one first and then the diamond one. Cancel everything. Start again. This is an ordeal, but we'll get there. Right, you go in there. Let's start that again. Right, we have progress. We're now making the tier 1. Now, when that goes back, it should put in everything for the next one, which it hasn't done. Why have you done that? Oh, this is really annoying. Right, let's one more time. Let's try this. Is this... Have I got this pattern wrong? Right, yeah, it only thinks it needs one for each of those. Right, so I've got those patterns wrong somehow. Right, so I've checked the patterns and got those back. It was only the efficiency one that was wrong. So let's try again the efficiency tier 2. Now that looks right to me. Yes, that's going now. Finally, mainly down to my mistakes, but it should be much simpler than this. Right, so that's done. And we should have an add-on tier 2. Right, it's efficiency. So I'm going to stick that in there. And if next one we'll go for is speed tier 2. Now it's going to do the tier 1 first. And hopefully it'll do both of those right. So that is going. That's done, and it's instantly put the second one in. Great. So let's wait for this. Get that. Put that in there. And then we just need the processing one. Right. So now if we set up the pattern for the gold gear, it should be able to do that. Finally, just get a processing one. And that was a lot faster as well. Nice. So we'll stick that in there. And that is our dissolution chamber fully set up. So the next plan is to get this setup repeated, but to use that we need pink slime, and so pink slime we need to start using the mob slots factory. So I'm going to get across to the mob farm now, and I'm going to change it around a little bit so I can use this instead, so I can get some pink slime. Right, so I've done a little bit of tinkering in the lower level of my mob farm, and things are looking a bit different. So this is just the one where I've got the zombie spawner that I was using for blood, but as you can see I've ripped everything out there now. All of the belts not needed, because we're going to be able to kill everything wherever they are in here with this. But at the moment we have the working area turned on, and it's just this little brown box here, and that obviously isn't going to kill them, but it does work. I just had to stand here and get them to come over here. But what we need to do now is put a range add-on in there. We need to get all the other efficiency, speed and processing ones in as well, but we just need to get a range add-on, and this should do the trick. So I've already set this up as well. So if we look in here, we get meat and pink slime, and we don't want the meat, so what I've done there is push that to the left, and that goes into this fluid trash can, so that will all just get thrown away. The one we want is the pink slime, and that's not going anywhere at the minute, and that's because I haven't set anywhere up for it. So I've got a pipe running along the bottom, and that is going to go over here, and I have a tank, and that should go into there. So what I'm going to do with this is use an import bus and take that over into the ME system. I could just put a storage bus on it, but I think I'm just going to take it all over there and stock up on this, because it is going to get used quite a lot. So also, the other thing I've discovered as well is these things do connect. You just need to do this. So I could have used that over in the other area, but never mind. And now I just need to go get a range add-on, and we should have this fully working. But while I was doing this, I had the first mythic mob spawn. So obviously I had to go kill that, and it was a breeze. And by that I don't mean it was easy, it was a breeze. So I got that killed pretty easily. It did fly around a bit trying to get away, and I did get a few decent gems from it, but the main thing was I got these mythic level netherite leggings. So these are definitely very good, and I'm probably just going to grind them down. Even though the abilities are really good, I'll grind these down and I can use the Godforged Pels for something else. But anyway, we need a range add-on, don't we? So let's get back over to the factory. And I think I need tier 4, so for that one we need iron nuggets. Right, so in here we just need glass panes, redstone, and 4 iron nuggets. And that's probably just going to get imported straight away. There we go. So if we take that one, and I also need one each of these die, so might as well do this while we're here. One of you, and one of you. And there we go, that's all those 3. So now, if we put all of these in here, that'll go faster. But if I also put this in, look at the working area. Did I get that exactly right? I think I did. Let's just dig out here a bit. Yes, I did. That is absolutely perfect. So, and the way I knew how to do that is I need to go 4 blocks away from where it actually is. So that's why you use the tier 4. So now, if I just turn on this zombie spawner, we should just get a lot of pink slime, and I don't need to do anything else. So do I have any glass? Oh, let's just put some blocks in there for now. Don't it attacking me. So let's just turn this on. And those should die pretty quickly. And we should start stocking up on the pink slime. Okay, that's going well. So if I get a nether star in this, I could just leave this running all the time. And wherever I am, they'll just die. Oh, that meat's not going out fast enough. Right, I might need to put a pipe on there. In fact, yeah, let's do that now. Because it's not going to do anything if that's full. So, grab that. That there. Pipe there. So that to extract. And then put that advanced upgrade in there. And that should go a lot faster. Yeah, so that's going a lot faster now. So it should be able to kill all these. Can it reach the babies? I think it can, can't it? Although, maybe not. No, it can't. It can't reach the babies. Right, oh, that's annoying. I'm going to need to move this down. Or if I just put the floor in there. Tell you what, I'm going to turn this off. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Or shall I just fly away? Yeah, I'm going to fly away. Right, back now, and that's all good. So if we just put another floor in here. Don't want them escaping. I should have noticed that. Never mind. Actually, can use this guy. So let's put on the off hand, do that, and that, and now we should be good. So I can get rid of this as well. Do in there, and now if we turn it on, should all be instantly dying, and we're stocking up on pink slime. That is brilliant. Right, so now we just need to get this into the A2 system, and we can set up another dissolution chamber, get that exported into there, and we can start using this for the mob crusher. Okay, so a short time later, and I've got that hooked up. You can see there that that is just getting sucked out of there, and it's going into the A2 system. And I've also set up a crafting terminal over here, so I can have access to everything. The problem with this though, this is only linked to my sub network, not my main network. So if I want to do any like automated crafting, that isn't accessible from here. So if I look at the add-ons, for example, I can only get what I've got there and not use the auto ones. But that's fine for now. I am going to redo this properly so I can have access to everything everywhere, but I think that's alright for now. So what I've done is put another P2P tunnel on the end of this cable that we've got for all the other mob farm stuff up there, and then from there that just goes into an import bus and the crafting terminal there, and I've got my memory card here for the P2P tunnel just in case something goes wrong. So I'll turn this off and we can go have a look at the other end. So up here I have had to do a couple of things. So you'll notice there we have a new controller, and this is the one for the main storage network. So this is the one that all the other ones branch off, and I did have 8 channels in use on this already, and I needed to add another one, or in fact 2, because I use the crafting terminal as well, but this is where the import bus channel will go from the other end of this P2P tunnel. So this is now using 3 at this side and 7 at that side, so we're now using 10 channels. What I also did as well was adding another controller onto this subnetwork, and this is basically just the one that carries the P2P channels. I've got 4 going over there at the minute, and then we're also using 4 channels for P2P tunnels in here as well. So we're maxing out what we could do on one cable, but now I've got 4 at each side, and potentially at other sides if I need to as well. So I've also added on a flux point to this, because that was using more than the crystal resonance generator can actually generate, which I think is 40 FE per tick, so it was using slightly more than that, so I've added that onto there just to keep this powered, and that is pretty much it. So we have that import bus over there. That one is going into the main storage network, and then that will go into this one over here, because that's the only place it can go. So if we have a look at the, what's it called, pink slime, yeah, so we've got 68.5 buckets in there, so we can now export that into the other dissolution chamber. So over here, as you can see, I've already got that set up. So I've got another pattern provider and another dissolution chamber on top. I just need to put the export bus on the back of there, which I've got here. And now we are going to be struggling with channels a little bit. So we have 7 channels in use at the minute. That's including the pattern provider I've already set up. So once we put this export bus on here, that is going to be all of those channels. Yeah, so I definitely need to do a bit of rewiring around here. I do have a dense smart cable, so I could just run this all the way along and then branch off 8 wherever I need them, but for now that is enough, so we can just get this working. So I just need to get a bucket of pink slime, grab that, and then we just need to filter this in here. If we right click, it'll put the fluid in, and that, no, that's just put that in there manually, isn't it? Right, so that is exporting that into there. Did I put acceleration cards in here? Put one in. Should we get another one? Right, so let's have that. I can put that into there. I'm not worried that it's going to run out anytime soon. That is that complete setup. So all we need to do is set up the pattern like we've done in here for the simple machine frame. We just need to do the one for the advanced one in here, and we can get that up and running. So in the pattern encoding terminal, we need an advanced machine frame, this one here, and we do have everything we need for this. We can also craft these. We do have a bit of netherite scraps, and this is the reason I saved those earlier and didn't craft them all into netherite ingots. So if we just do that again, we're going to take out the pink slime because we're already piping that in. Grab that. Right, so we have our 2 dissolution chambers, obvious which one's which. So let's stick that one there, and now we should be able to request an advanced machine frame. So let's give that a go. Now I do already have one of these, so it doesn't need to do that first. So we'll do this again. Oh, I need some add-ons for in there as well, die. So let's get these going as well, because these are in a different one. One of those, and finally one of those. So let's have that, and finally that. Now the advanced machine frame is in there, and it's stuck there because, oh no, I've already put the add-ons in there. Right, I've got a spare set now. Right, stick you away. Didn't mention as well, I also had another running with a mythic mob, and it was again a breeze, and this is what we got from it. So yeah, definitely going to get that put to use. But for this, all we need to do, I think we need to output to the bottom, don't we? So where is it? This one, push to the bottom, and then that'll be that recipe complete. So we have an advanced machine frame there. Now if we request another one, it's going to craft this one first. So if we get that going, we should see that one in here. And then once that's done, it'll start doing this one. Nice. So now we can do the mob crochet. I will need to do a pattern for this as well. Yeah, in fact, I will go do a pattern for that at the minute. But what I want to do first is get the block placers going, because I'm having to manually place the acacia at the minute in front of the fluid extractors. So I want to get 14 of these. Hopefully I've got enough for all that. How much plastic have I got left? 105, that's alright. So now we can get these placed down. We can get the acacia pipes into it as well, and we should be good to go. So yeah, this is going well. Right, so yeah, I have placed down a few manually, and it is handy to have them there when you're placing the block placers, because you need to face them into these. So if we can get down below somehow, and because I put this cable here, these will be powered as well, so I can just do that. Now obviously there's nothing in them at the minute, but I'm just going to stick the acacia in, and then once there's no block there, it'll just automatically place it. So get those in like that, and then do this one log there, and like that. Then just stick these in over here. Now we somehow need to get those items out of here. Oh no, actually I think I've got another, yeah, I've got another cable over here, so I don't need to worry about those 8 channels over there, because this is a separate cable. I don't know what I'm using on this. I'm using 4 channels on here. So yeah, if I can just, where are we? If we just put an export bus on here, export a load of acacia into a barrel or a drawer, and then I can pipe out from there into all of these. Now it's going to take a while to fill all of these up, but if I put it on round robin, they'll all get some in anyway, so I'll have enough to just send it out, because it takes them a while to actually get through all of these, so it's not a problem if we don't have loads ready to go. Right, so I might as well do that now. So let's get a pipe, and we might as well get a drawer. And so I'll do a downgrade in here so it doesn't suck up all of my acacia. Iron downgrade. Yeah, let's go with that. So I think it'll only hold 1 item, is that right? Or is it 1 stack? Yeah, I think it's 1 stack, but let's give that a go. Right, so I need an export bus. This one here. So stick that drawer there. Got to put acacia in there. Oh, well, let's take that out. Let's do the downgrade first. And then, what does that do? Right, yeah, so I think that goes to a stack. How much of acacia? I've got 4,500, that's not bad. I'm going to need one of these as well, because I think you need that set to round robin. So let's grab our configuration tool, lock that, export bus on top, and we'll filter that to acacia. Now, if we connect that up, that should start going into there. We can put some acceleration cards in there as well, but as I say, it doesn't take that long. Although we do want a lot in here, because we're going to be piping out a lot at first, aren't we? So let's just get these pipes in. So we can just do these straight across the bottom. Don't need to do anything because they're going into there. And oh, I didn't really want to do it on the front. Let's do it on the bottom. Right, so we'll set this to extract, and if we put that in there, we'll change this to round robin. So it should alternate between all of those. Do that. Right, that should, yeah, that's sent a few into each, I think. Not gonna be able to tell without going underneath, so that should we just do that. Let's have an access thing down here. Just got any, yeah, so we're getting a few in there. So if I get some acceleration cards in that exporter, that should go much better. But yes, it's gone alright. They've all got some in anyway, so that is the main thing. We're not going to get through these anytime soon. So I probably don't even need the acceleration cards, but I will put them in. Just so there's always a stack waiting in here, it's ready to get sent out. Oh, so nice to be able to also craft things now. Right, so you're going there. And now that should always pretty much have a stack in, but these are getting sucked out very quickly as well. So that's doing half a stack every 5 ticks. So yeah, that's good. Right, so now finally I'm just going to do the pattern for the mob crusher and we should be good. So let's grab that. We already know how to craft all those things. I probably should do a sword as well. Let's do that. And I'm also going to do the pattern for iron sword as well. So it probably will use these rubbish ones I've got in here, but let's do that. Now, I really need to get this upgraded as well because I'm really struggling for space in here now. Let's do that and that. And now if we try and do the mob crusher, I do want 5 of these, so let's just try and do that straight away. And we've already got everything. It's going to do the advanced machine frames. Only 3 because I've already done 2 of them as a test. So let's do that. And hopefully that should go fairly quickly. So I've got 2 straight away from the ones that we already had. Now it's just doing the advanced machine frames. And these will start coming in now. So there we are, 3 already. And there we go. We now have 5 mob crushers. So this is what I'm going to be putting to use next time when we get the Enderman farm built so we can stock up on our netherite. And I did want to do some gear upgrades today, but I think that's going to be easier next time, isn't it, once we've got all the netherite flowing in. So I think we'll leave it there. Very productive day of getting all the industrial foregoing stuff up and running. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.